Hello, this is Ian and Ben with DC Digital, and today we're going to be showcasing our DC-80N-BR-51RM-Master and a DC-80W-BR-50-1RM-Secondary. So what the customer aims to accomplish by utilizing this product is to use it in production factories in two separate locations, and it is used as a break shift change for a factory worker. So in other words, this clock will help dictate workers at what time they are issued to go on break or change their shifts and with another worker. And how it works is the client powers both the units, then the client plugs in an Ethernet cable to the master junction box on the master unit to obtain the web page information and display it on the secondary unit as well through the store and forward method. So now I'm going to have Ben here explain the functions of the web page, and then afterwards I'm going to showcase the hardware aspect of this model.
Thank you, Ian. As you see on the screen now, this is the home page of the network master, and it has some product information there, the model and serial number, the current time that is displayed on the device, NTP server information, where it's going to obtain the time of day. So it's getting its time currently from the NIST.gov website, and it was successful in obtaining that time, and it synchronizes with that server every minute. Then there's some networking information, how it's configured to the network. The device name there, it can be changed, and I'll show you where we do that. The MAC address is fixed. The IP address settings are all obtained via DHCP from your router, but that can also be set to static. I'll show you where that's done. The time is set in 12-hour mode. You can also set it in 24-hour mode. I'll show you how to do that. And it's currently offset from UTC by 5 hours into the Eastern Standard Time zone. There is the potential to have a temperature probe. In addition, this particular product is not going to ship with a temperature probe and does not have one enabled. So that's why that information is down there at the bottom. On the configuration settings, any of the other tabs that are here, the configuration, the network, and the bell schedule, all require a password. The default username is username, and the default password is password. And this is a basic HTML username and password setup. It isn't per account or anything like that. It's just basic HTML to restrict access to these pages, to allow you to change them. And there will be a part of, I'll show you how to change that username and password from default here in a second. From the configuration settings, you can set the server address. You can either type in a URL or you can type in an IP address. It will recognize both. You can set the interval that it updates. That is the time it goes out to the internet to get the NTP time from the NTP server. And you can do that once a minute, or you can do that every 1800 minutes, or any time in between in minutes. You can set the hour format from 12 to 24 hour. You can set the time zone. You can set it to any one of 7 US time zones with or without daylight savings, and those follow US time zone rules. If those aren't enough, you can type in a custom time zone rule below that by selecting other in the time zone box. And those time zone rules, you can call us and we'll give you the right text to type in there. They're kind of complicated to cover in this video. There is temperature settings that is grayed out that would be active for a temp probe. Okay, moving to network settings. There are 2 forms here. The top form is that username and password form, and it's simply to change that if you wish. The bottom form is to configure your network and to change your device name if you wish. You simply either choose DHCP, or you can choose static and then override any and all of those fields there. It will only accept IPv4 dotted decimal notation. That's how you want to input your IP addresses and your subnet mask gateway and DNS server information. Moving on to bell schedule. Now this is the heart of the bell schedule for the shift changes. This allows you to program up to 50 events, and an event is considered a time of day, one or more days of the week and one or more actions on one or more zones. Now this particular product only ships with one zone. It's zone 1 and zone 1 only. So zones 2 through 4 are ignored completely. This product won't act on those zones. But what you can do, and because this product is a bell ringer, the only action really that you can choose is bell. If you choose on, it will act as if it was a bell anyway. So you have the ability to delete events if they're entered on the left hand side. But if there's no events, you type in the time. You can click the clock to automatically pull down the time of day and scroll through there to set a time. Then you have to pick a day of the week, and then you have to pick an action on zone 1, which is bell. So if you go ahead and click bell and pick today is Thursday, and pick a time. Now the way that field box appears on your web browser will be dependent on what your system settings are. So if you're in a country where your system settings are 12 or 24 hour, for example, and so you have your computer set to 24-hour mode, that box will appear in that fashion. So it is localized to your computer. Okay, so here we have an event scheduled for 10:52 a.m., which is the time we're recording this video, on Thursday, which is the day we're recording this video, and we're going to have a bell action. Now the bell is the white square conical shape that is above the clock that is muffled to prevent the sound, so the sound will not be as loud as it can be. It'll be muted considerably for the purposes of our safety and protection, but it is quite loud. And so once it rolls over to 10:52, it will fire this action. And it rings for 3 seconds, and that is an event, and you can schedule up to 50 of those in a week, and the week repeats each week. So that is the entire product.
So quickly going over the hardware aspect of this model, as you can see, its enclosures are an extruded aluminum IP66 wet location waterproof rated tough fingerprint resistant black powder coating. The display size for each unit is 8 inches that can be viewed up to a total of 400 feet away, and it has indoor intensity LED lights in 8 inches. The number of digits that the unit displays is 4 digits that displays the time of day in a 12 to 24 hour format. For mounting, we have 4 slotted teardrop mounting tabs on the extrusion tab on the back of each enclosure. And lastly, for accessories, we have our DC-EOP horn that is a dual tone that sounds off at 122 decibels, which you didn't hear all the way because of the foam that's inserted into the horn. It is powered at 12 VDC, and it also has an optional horn on the secondary that the client will be supplying for themselves. We have a master and secondary with store and forward functions, and we also have a configurable browser web page with atomic time of day functions. So again, this is Ian and Ben with DC Digital, demonstrating our DC-80N-BR-50-1RM Master and our DC-80W-BR-50-1RM Secondary. Thanks for watching.